Hey guys, welcome to Wave. We talk about a lot of things related to long term crypto investing. If that interests you, then like and subscribe to our channel. In this video, we'll talk about how do you create your ideal portfolio. What should an ideal portfolio look like? We'll give you an example of an ideal portfolio. Broadly, if you're looking to invest in cryptos, cryptos are I keep referring to it as an analog is to startup investing, which means that some of your tokens can go straight to zero, some of your tokens can go straight to 1000x, right? And you need a balance. You need to spread it out across 30, 40 tokens so that you have a good sense of risk mitigation, so that you get the highest possible returns while optimizing for the risk. And an ideal portfolio would look roughly something like this, where maybe 30% is in Bitcoin, 30% is in L1, L2 tokens, 20% is in high growth tokens, and 20% is in micro tokens, right? So an ideal portfolio would look something like this, because the Bitcoin and L1, L2 tokens, which account for maybe 50, 60%, would give you the foundation for a safe portfolio that has a great potential to grow. And the high growth tokens, though are slightly risky, will give you that extra growth for your portfolio. And the micro tokens are extremely risky. The ones that might go straight to zero are mostly the ones in this bucket. But if they do well, they can really take your returns up really high. Right? These are the ones that have a high potential to go to like a 500x, 1000x, and so on. Right, let's take a look at a small example of what an ideal portfolio would look like. So we tried to put this together a couple of months ago. We put together about 22 tokens, and these tokens are, so this basket is not a low risk basket. It's slightly on the moderate risk side. Hence, we've taken a little bit lesser share of Bitcoin and L1, L2, and increased the allocation in the high growth and micro tokens. I'll just walk you through it. This basket has about 22 tokens. It is ideal for those who want to invest, a large sum of money, let's say at least about $2,000 for a 3 to 4 year kind of a time span. This basket is of moderate risk, is what I would say, and this risk is totally in comparison to or relative to crypto risk. If I say Bitcoin is low risk, then this is moderate risk compared to Bitcoin's rating of low risk. This basket has about 22 tokens, like I mentioned. I've taken the liberty to reduce Bitcoin to about 10% here, because I'm trying to create a moderate risk basket, which means that the growth, the potential, the returns are tuned to be slightly higher than a low risk basket. So 10% in Bitcoin, 20% in Ethereum, these two are the foundation of your portfolio. These will ensure that no matter what happens, at least this much of your portfolio is relatively safer. Then there's Binance, another great token. But today it's operating at about a 50% discount, I think, from its all-time high. So these three together will account for about 50% of the portfolio. There are two more tokens here, which has got, I think the names have got cut off. That's essentially Galag. So that's Mana and let me just look at that. Engine, right? So Mana and Engine are in the metaverse space. Engine is a great platform for game developers, because they are creating everything that game developers need in terms of NFTs, all the in-game items, and so on. Decentraland and its token Mana is doing really well. They have a lot of partnerships going on. So that's another great token. There's Polkadot. It has done significantly well in the last year. I had kept Terra, and because this basket was created a while ago. Terra crashed only about 2 weeks back, but you can actually replace Terra. You don't have to get into Terra, because, like I was saying, there are some micro tokens or high risk tokens that can go straight to zero. Terra was one of them. You can skip Terra instead. Probably add Maker is 2%. You can probably add the 5% to Maker. Maker has a stable is also in the stablecoin space. Is a much better token in terms of their securitization, and how they are issuing the stable coins, and because of the fact they have been in existence for a longer time. So they also have, I think, an ecosystem of more than 400 apps which are integrated with Maker. So Maker is an ideal substitution for Terra. So if you don't want to take a lot of risk because we are uncertain what Terra's future looks like, then you can probably add the 5% to Maker itself, 7% into Maker. There's Chainlink. Chainlink is an oracle. Oracles essentially help in connecting the blockchain to the outside world to bring in information for the that is required by the blockchain. Chainlink, I think, has the largest market share among oracles. That's at 4%. 1inch is DEX aggregator. It helps traders reduce fees. A big use case, absolutely fantastic token. That's about 2%. Then there's Gala Games. Gala Games was the I think one of the best performing tokens of last year. It had phenomenal returns. I think five-digit returns in just 2021 alone. So putting about 2% there. Seek VR is another metaverse player, 2% there. Mirror Protocol. This is in the derivative space. Derivatives is a huge, 10 plus trillion-dollar market that today is restricted by geography and regulations, but Mirror Protocol can change all that. Mirror Protocol can make the whole derivative space borderless. So there is a huge potential for Mirror Protocol. Placing it at 5%. Just one disclaimer: Mirror Protocol is also a part of the Terra ecosystem. So not really sure how Mirror Protocol is going to work without the USD stablecoin. I couldn't find any plans related to them shifting to another stablecoin, but they will figure out something, and I feel this is a great token. Then there's Monero. Monero is a privacy-focused, payments token. It has been in existence for a very long time. So I would say it is safe. It has use cases. A lot of people are using it. It is privacy focused. Many people want that. Bitcoin, for instance, is pseudonymous, meaning though like somebody might not know your identity, um, people still can see your wallet transactions, right? But in Monero, even that is not possible. So it's a huge privacy-focused token. Then there's Acropolis, Polymath. Both of these are in the DeFi space. Acropolis is looking at disrupting the insurance and savings space. Polymath is looking at creating technologies for issuing securities on a blockchain. Both of these have huge use cases. If they are successful, they have some institutional barriers, but if they're able to overcome that and make it big, then these two tokens are at least 100 150x kind of tokens. Then there's Sia Coin. Sia Coin is in the decentralized file storage space, so it's a Web3 infrastructure kind of a token. And this basket essentially is covering a lot of sectors. It is well diversified based on the size. So we have taken into account that some of these tokens should be worth over $10 billion. Some of them worth over $1 billion. Some of them between 500 million to $1 billion in market cap. Some less than 500 million in market cap. So in terms of market cap, all that is covered. In terms of growth potential, there are tokens which are we feel it's a 5x token. There are tokens which are even a 200x token. So we have tried and incorporated all sorts of tokens into this so that it's well diversified. And we have also diversified basis sector. So if you see here, 21% is tokens that we feel could be a reserve currency. About 20% is into smart contracts. DeFi is about 30% decentralized finance related tokens. 2.2% in metaverse, about 15% in Web3, 1.3% in gaming, 10.8% in NFTs, and 1.3% in other sectors. So even if you go by sector, this is a well diversified sector based on the market cap of the sector itself. Um, so broadly, this basket, which has 22 tokens, is something that is ideal for those investors who are looking to invest over $2,000 for at least 3 to 4 years. Hold it for at least 3 to 4 years. You can, of course, invest shorter amounts. Like if you want to invest X, you can maybe invest 40% of that amount, in the coming months, and then maybe 6 months later or 8 months later, you can look at performance of some of these tokens and then invest the other 60% into those tokens which are actually doing well. If some token completely crashes, you can remove them out. Bet on the winners so that you can maximize the gains that you get out of it. This I would say is one great approach to creating your ideal portfolio. This is purely for to give you a sense of direction on how to do your own research and create your portfolio. You can check it out at wave33.club. However, before you invest in anything, please do your own research, because this is not financial advice. This is educational content to make you aware of how a portfolio can be created and what it could look like.